Today we're getting into the latest Tesla news, including the Cybertruck selling out, Tesla's Q4 earnings call, Tesla's project Redwood, and more. So let's get into it, and a special thanks to Star Trek Fleet Command for sponsoring a portion of this video. First up today, Tesla held their Q4 financial results webcast and answered a few questions we had about their next-gen vehicle, energy business, and more. First, they talked about the Model Y being the best-selling vehicle of any kind globally in 2023, with 1.2 million sold. Their energy storage deployment doubled compared to 2022, up to 14.7 gigawatt hours, and their energy generation and storage business profits nearly quadrupled. They predicted in 2024, quote, the growth rate of deployments and revenue in energy storage business should outpace the automotive business. On the earnings report regarding U.S. factories, they said, before Tesla purchased the Fremont factory, the record output of the previous owner was nearly 430,000 vehicles made in a single year. In 2023, the Tesla Fremont factory produced nearly 560,000 vehicles, thanks to our around 20,000 Fremont-based employees. At Gigafactory Texas, we began production of the Cybertruck and delivered the first units to customers. We expect the ramp of Cybertruck to be longer than other models given its manufacturing complexity. Overall, from all factories, they have reached an annualized run rate of nearly 2 million vehicles. They saw a 15% decrease in gross profit year over year, but cash and investments were increased by 31%. They say that decrease in profitability has to do with reduced vehicle prices, an increase in operating expenses due to various R&D projects, lower FSD revenue, and the Cybertruck ramp. Before we go any further, I'd like to thank today's sponsor, Star Trek Fleet Command. Star Trek Fleet Command is an MMO game available on desktop and mobile, set in the ever-expanding Star Trek universe. I've always enjoyed Star Trek, and now I can explore the universe in this free-to-play, open-world game with stunning graphics. Recruit legendary characters to crew iconic ships from over 50 years of Star Trek stories, and send them on missions to expand your territory. Engage players from around the world in battles to test your strategic ability, negotiate alliances for greater gain, and harvest the galaxy's resources as you upgrade your fleet of starships. Every month, new content and events are being added to the game. Recently, they introduced Wave Defense, which allows players across alliances to collaborate in teams. This month, they've also added new enterprise officers, new missions, and more. While it's designed for Mac and PC, you can also play mobile on the go with a Scopely account. Collect in-game content and push your strategy skills to research the galaxy and battle with space pirates. To become a commander of your own starship, click my link in the description below, or scan this QR code if you're watching on desktop. Then use the promo code WARPSPEED to receive a new player content pack for free. The pack grants a player 10 epic shards of Kirk. Pause this video here for instructions on how to redeem your free content. On the call, Elon said Cybertruck demand is off the hook, and they eventually expect to deliver 250,000 Cybertrucks a year in North America. They did not reveal how many Cybertrucks have been ordered, but assured demand is not an issue. Cybertruck is entirely production constrained, and their 4680 cells are ramped beyond current production capacity, so that is not an issue there. Total production increased by 35% year over year, while deliveries increased by 38%. For now, the Model 3 and Y continue to dominate Tesla's vehicle sales. If that changes in the future, it'll definitely come with the release of their next-gen vehicle. From there, Tesla did finally say something about their next-gen vehicle. They said that they are very far along on it, it's in development, and will include revolutionary manufacturing techniques. We've known this for a bit, but it will first come out of Giga Texas, then likely followed by Giga Mexico and a third location. They said that location would be outside North America and would be potentially identified by the end of 2024 or later. One technology from the Cybertruck that will trickle down to this car is the 48-volt architecture, which speeds things up and eliminates materials. Tesla is also trying to get the entire industry to shift to 48 volts along with them. Elon acknowledged that he's optimistic, but their expected timeline for the next-gen vehicle is the end of 2025 or second half of next year. He also added, "We'll be sleeping on the line. Not practically, we will be." They have no prediction on unit volume yet to give, so true volume production will likely start in 2026, as is the case with most Tesla products. If we look at the Cybertruck, it launched in 2023, but right now we're seeing it actually ramping. Similar will likely happen here, where we don't actually see the next-gen vehicle being delivered in real numbers until 2026, if they stay on target. On the energy side, they saw a 36% decrease in solar deployments, but a whopping 125% increase in storage deployment. This was a record year for Tesla's energy business, and they expect it to outpace their vehicle business in terms of growth in 2024. Their Megapack production is seeing consistent growth, and their facility in Lathrop will be doubling its capacity from 20 to 40 gigawatt hours with the addition of a second production line in 2024. I mentioned earlier that Tesla is investing a lot in R&D projects, and a huge portion of that is their Dojo computer. Tesla had talked about this being the tech to change the game for Tesla's FSD, but Elon seemed to have a change of heart on this earnings call. He said Dojo is a long shot worth taking, but it's not a sure thing. He says it has potential, but they are hedging their bets. At the same time, he mentioned other companies don't seem to be interested in licensing FSD from Tesla. It seems like there is still no deadline for when we will see Tesla truly deliver full self-driving in their vehicles, but they are starting to roll out the full neural network operated version 12 of FSD to employees and all 400,000 North American FSD customers in the coming weeks. As for upcoming growth, they reiterated that they are in between growth waves. Constant growth each year is not realistic, but once they are ramping their next-gen mass-market vehicle, that should bring a lot of growth. Regarding Optimus, Elon reiterated the vast potential for that humanoid robot and how quickly it's advancing, but they are of course being careful when making a robot of this kind. They seemed very focused on safety and avoiding any sort of malware. No real production timeline was given, and that's because Tesla is definitely still in early development here, even as it's progressing quickly. The general market takeaway from this call seems to be that Tesla missed and that things don't look too great for the future. I think it makes sense given where Tesla is at, but also feel the next-gen vehicle will be extremely important for their growth. What are your thoughts after this call, though? Leave a comment below to let me know. Next up today, there are rumors going around about a brand new product from Tesla, but it's likely a vehicle we've already been hearing about for a while. Tesla has two upcoming products that we don't know much about yet. A possible $25,000 vehicle, that next-gen vehicle, first teased at their battery day in 2020, as well as a possible self-driving robotaxi. Renders have been made for two very different products, with the latter looking more like a bus in some renders, and in Walter Isaacson's biography of Elon Musk, it was confirmed that they would be separate vehicles. The vehicles will be made on Tesla's next generation, cheaper electric vehicle platform, and will reportedly be more stylistically inspired by the Cybertruck than Tesla's other vehicles. Back in May, Elon said the potential for combined sales would be 5 million vehicles per year. However, Tesla's progress with FSD has been notoriously delayed since it was first promised, so it's likely their affordable EV will come to market first, before any robotaxi. Even though Tesla made the world's best-selling car in 2023, the Model Y, the vehicle is still in the luxury price range. With their most affordable Model 3 costing around $40,000, there's a whole market segment they haven't tapped into yet. As I mentioned on that call, they confirmed that their next-gen EV will first be made in Austin and then potentially next at Nuevo Leon. If those factories build that car, it should help it qualify for the full US tax incentive, making it even more affordable for customers. Now, according to Reuters, Tesla has told suppliers they plan to start production of a new mass-market electric vehicle, codenamed Redwood, in mid-2025. This does align with the timelines from the earnings call. Reportedly, the car has been described as a compact crossover. The sources said the vehicle's production would start around June of next year, with volume production likely starting sometime in 2026. Tesla reportedly sent, quote, requests for quotes or invitations for bids to suppliers last year. These quotes were for something they call a Redwood model. Beyond that, they forecasted a weekly production volume of 10,000 vehicles. That would add up to about 500,000 vehicles per year to start. Reuters also reports that in recent years, Tesla tore down a Honda Civic as a study on the manufacturing of affordable cars. While that's a common practice in the industry, that's a little odd for Tesla, since their next-gen vehicles will be produced with a system unlike any other automaker. At their last investor day, they discussed a new unboxed process of manufacturing that will greatly increase efficiency while making automated assembly even easier. At their annual shareholder meeting, Elon said, quote, both the design of the products and manufacturing techniques are head and shoulders above anything else that is present in the industry. Reuters has mixed reliability, and we haven't heard anything official from Tesla aside from what they confirmed on their earnings call. We're also not certain where exactly this information is coming from, as their sources are confidential. This is the first we've heard the term Redwood in relation to a Tesla vehicle, though, so that's something to look out for. It does somewhat align with what they call their projects, like Highland, Juniper, and now Redwood. What this phrase makes me think of, though, is Redwood Materials, the company owned by Tesla co-founder J.B. Straubel. For years, they've been working on creating a circular supply chain to provide recycled battery materials, which would be huge for the EV industry. That seems to just be an interesting coincidence, though, as Redwood Materials definitely wouldn't be scaled up enough for Tesla to exclusively use their recycled batteries in this car. Tesla's current goal is to produce 20 million vehicles per year by 2030, so they're going to need to expand their vehicle lineup a lot. At the same time, they need to enter the affordable EV space in order to stay competitive with companies like BYD, who are already offering solid, affordable EV options. Next up today, the latest for the Cybertruck and its timeline. The Cybertruck is exciting and controversial and everything in between. Now that it's out in the wild, we're getting to see it put to the real test, off-roading, getting stuck in snow, and the big one for many, towing. Overall, the Cybertruck does hold up well in most of these cases, or at least as one should expect for a heavy electric truck, but the range has become a bit of a snag for many. The biggest thing here that Tesla set themselves up for somewhat is disappointment in real-world range. One owner, after driving normally and not babying the Cybertruck for 10,000 miles, reported getting about 206 miles on average. Then, when towing max capacity in the worst weather conditions, jerry-rig everything got around 103 miles on the full battery. Overall, these results actually end up fairly similar to other electric trucks, but Tesla had set high expectations here. Up until the end of last year, when the Cybertruck finally launched, customers still had a top range of 500 plus miles in mind. This was the originally announced spec. As it turns out, this truck at launch is more expensive too, which makes sense, as frustrating as it is. A lot has changed, and Tesla likely can bring down cost over time. They also just decided that most customers don't need to tow 11,000 pounds all the time, and that around a 300-mile range is enough. That's what Ford and Rivian ship for most of their trucks. At the same time, though, it begs the question, is the Cybertruck going to keep selling? It's pricey and under-delivers in a couple key areas, so will that harm sales? For a long time into the future, it looks like sales will be no problem here. On Tesla's earnings call, they talked about the Cybertruck and how they expect to ramp up to 250,000 per year and sell them consistently in the US. They also reiterated how it is their best product ever. Right now, though, they are locking in Foundation Series pre-orders, and those pre-orders have been shifting all the way towards the end of 2024. We've seen small updates from customers who are getting invites and seeing that the Cyber Beast trim is pushing later into 2024 for delivery estimates. Regarding this, Tesla officially said, "First of all, I want to thank all the Cybertruck reservation holders for their patience. The reservation to order conversion rate so far has been very encouraging. If the trend continues, as it very likely will, we will soon sell out all the builds in 2024. And also, we have new orders coming after the launch." So not only are they about to sell out, but orders keep coming in. Tesla already has a backlog of about 2 million orders, and new orders are coming in as people see this thing in the real world. So very soon, it's going to be sold out for all of 2024, with all of Tesla's production capacity allocated to specific Foundation Series order holders. What will be interesting to see going forward is how this situation may change. In theory, Tesla has over 5 years worth of Cybertruck production already booked. They soon will be sold out for 2024 with confirmed orders, but if you order today, it's going to be years. Even considering a decent cancellation rate for customers that change their mind, getting one of these is going to be quite difficult. Another factor is that customers are unable to sell their Cybertruck within the first year. The no resale clause is fully in effect for this truck, so it will be at least a full year until customers can sell their trucks, if they choose to do so. So when we say the Cybertruck soon will be sold out for all of 2024, that is the case across the board. The only way to get this truck will be direct from Tesla for a decent amount of time. It will be a very interesting ramp to see, because right now Tesla is able to deliver at elevated Foundation Series pricing to customers who will buy this truck regardless, but as the ramp continues, it may prove more difficult. In any case, the Cybertruck will be sold out for the year officially soon, and unofficially for a very long time coming. Next up today, we have some updates on the new Tesla V4 superchargers being rolled out across the globe. A user on X made a post that lays out some of the details of this next-gen charging station, and the specs are pretty impressive. Currently, these chargers can output up to 250 kilowatts, with increases expected to come soon. These chargers can also output a wide range of voltages and optional international charging standards, such as CCS1, CCS2, and GBT, to support as wide a range of vehicles as possible. These alternate charging standards could be a way to attract other manufacturers who may want to buy supercharger tech to use under their own labels. For example, Tesla recently sold $100 million worth of superchargers to BP Pulse, who will operate the chargers under their own branding. These charging stations will include updated open communication standards, a new DC charging meter, and an optional payment module that will be required in certain regions. This payment module will allow for non-Tesla EVs to interface with the charger more easily without downloading the Tesla app. These chargers also feature a much longer cable that will be useful for larger vehicles like the Cybertruck or other non-Tesla EVs. While these chargers offer plenty of great new features and are generally an improvement over the previous version, some users have experienced issues with the new design. These longer, heavier cables are less flexible than before, and some design issues with the chargers have led to users reporting frequent disconnections. Others have reported similar disconnections while charging their EVs in harsh weather. Tesla has acknowledged these issues and promised that changes will be coming soon to address them, including an improved cable dock and cable flexibility. Meanwhile, these chargers continue to be installed all across the US and Europe. Between V3 and V4, Tesla just recently installed its 55,000th supercharger worldwide. It took only 110 days between the opening of their 50,000th charger and this most recent milestone. That averages out to 45 new supercharger stalls opening daily. Their expansion is huge here, and Tesla's charging network is paving the way for increased EV reliability and range. As more automakers join the NACS charging standard, then this expanding network will be able to reach more and more people each day. The future is bright for EVs, especially with the supercharger network backing them up. Last up today, an update from Dodge. We've gotten an early look at their upcoming electric charger. Dodge has been promising an EV version of their popular muscle car for several years now, and it's set to be released later this year, with 2025 slated to be the end of production for the gas-powered Charger and Challenger. Earlier this week, they showed off a pre-production concept for this car, and they've done a lot to preserve the classic muscle car feel. It has an aerodynamically improved front end that still keeps the boxy aesthetic, a transmission designed to emulate their traditional gear shifting, and a fake exhaust that produces the sound of a high-powered ICE car. It's totally unnecessary, but a feature that fans of the classic Charger might appreciate. Recently, someone spotted a prototype of this vehicle out on the road near their headquarters in Michigan. It has been refined a bit since this concept, and it certainly has that classic Charger look, but with a cool modern twist. According to recent reports, this vehicle will have 3 trims. The first will feature a 400-volt system that can be boosted up to a max 535 horsepower. The second will be able to be upgraded to 670 horsepower, and then the last is their 800-volt Banshee trim that is rumored to be able to output up to 900 horsepower. We are still awaiting final details, but Dodge has promised that this car would be coming in late 2024. If they can deliver on what they've promised, this would be a great all-electric continuation of a classic American car. That's all the latest Tesla news for today, so in the meantime, if you want to see the leaked Tesla features coming soon, you can check out that video linked up here or in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.